This week's Torah portion is Parshat Chayei Sara. At the beginning of the Parsha, we find that Avram comes to Hebron to eulogize Sara and to mourn for her. And I say to say, this is the source of the mitzvah to give a eulogy at a funeral. What is the purpose of a eulogy, of a hesped? So we know while a person is in this world, they can do mitzvahs, they can continue to grow, they can continue to accomplish, they can come close to Hashem. But once a person leaves this world, it's static. All their accomplishments, all their closeness to Hashem can no longer be changed. But there is one way that the person who left this world can continue to grow, can continue to come closer to Hashem. That is if their life, their deeds have inspired others to continue to do more mitzvahs, then all the acts of inspiration that continue to go on in the world are attributed to the soul of the deceased. And that is why at the funeral we give a hesped in order to encapsulate the deceased's life, to share lessons, important moral lessons that we can all learn. And then if we integrate those ideas and we apply those, it's a tremendous chesed, tremendous kindness for the deceased, because we're allowing them to continue to grow even in the next worlds, and that allows them to continue to live on in this world. So therefore, the next time we go to a funeral, or the next time we hear somebody has passed away, it would be a tremendous chesed to learn from them and try to model that behavior and integrate it into our life, so that we can help elevate the soul of the deceased. I want to share with you a remarkable story that comes from a book called Touched by a Story. Several years ago in Baltimore, there was a boy named Baruch Hirschberg. He was in 11th grade. He was tall, athletic, gregarious. But sadly, he developed terminal cancer. And slowly but surely, he began to fade away. And eventually, sadly, it became clear to him and his family that he wasn't going to survive. So he called in his father one day and said, Abba, if I pass away, I would like only one person to give my hesped, only one person to give the eulogy. So his father said, who's that? He said, my second grade teacher, Rabbi Yitzchak Morgenstern, should be the only matzped. So his father says, what was special about him? He said, well, as you know, when I started school, I was very shy, very self-conscious, had low self-esteem, and I did very poorly in school. I didn't do well at all. One day, Rabbi Morgenstern did the following project. He handed out papers with every student's name on it. And he asked everyone in the class to write down on each paper what they admire and what they learned from that person. At the end of the day, I received a paper with my name in it, and every kid in the class wrote what they admired about me, what they liked about me, what they saw in me. And that changed my life. Then on, I had a different self-perception. I saw myself differently. The esteem that I realized others held me in really helped to motivate me and inspire me. And I had a totally different experience in school. And then on, I did much better, and I began to develop better friends. And I saw myself differently, and they changed my life. And that's why I want Rabbi Morgenstern to be my maspid. All that I've accomplished was because of him. So Baruch's father agreed, and sadly Baruch passed away. And indeed, Rabbi Morgenstern was the only maspid at the funeral, the only person who gave a eulogy. So later that week, Baruch's entire class came to pay a shiva call. And together they asked Baruch's father, why was it that Rabbi Morgenstern was the only maspid, the only person who gave eulogy? And his father said, well, in second grade, Rabbi Morgenstern had this project where everyone wrote down what they admired about each other, and Baruch kept that paper till his very last day. And as he said that, every kid in the class opened up their wallets. They each took out folded, yellowed papers with many layers of tape all over it. It was clear that they'd been used many, many times. And they each said, this paper has changed our life as well, and we still treasure it as well. And it was clear that Rabbi Morgenstern's inspiration changed all of their lives as well. So let's learn this lesson. Let's realize that the most important thing we can do for another person is to esteem them, is to respect them. And together we can help make this world a better place. Have a wonderful Shabbos.